Hey, what's up you guys? Today I'm doing a book haul because if you are subscribed to me, you'll probably know by now since I just uploaded 2 vlogs that it was my birthday on the 21st of March and I had such an amazing birthday. I went to the Warner Brothers studio tour in London and done the whole Harry Potter experience, and it was just like one of my favourite days ever. It was so cool. Obviously, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll know it was just amazing. Being there in those sets and just around people who love the same thing, and people were dressed up, and I had my little scarf on, everything about it was just so fun and so amazing. So if you haven't watched that vlog, definitely please check it out. It was just so fun, and I obviously think that you have to go to the tour yourself. The vlog will not give you the full experience, but yeah, I loved putting that vlog together and just watching it over and over again, the memories. So definitely check that out. And then I also had a vlog that was just a generic London vlog, mostly focused on the food I ate, because when I go travelling, I am all about the food. I make lists of where I want to go, and to be fair, everywhere I went this time were places I went last time I was in London. That's because I love them so much, so definitely go check that out as well. And then obviously there's other touristy stuff. Went to Big Ben and Buckingham Palace and stuff like that. So yeah, please go check out those vlogs, and I'll have them linked down below. And then obviously you can just go to my channel. If you're not subscribed, you should subscribe. But yeah, so this video is about the books that I got for my birthday. I actually didn't get too many. My parents just gave me money for going away, and my family for the most part just gave me a little bit of money for going away as well. So I didn't get too many books, but I did get a few that I want to talk about today, and I'm just going to get into them now. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and yeah, let's get started. So first I have some books from Andrew. The first one he got me, he was like, I'm really not sure if you'll like this, I can return it if you want. And I thought it sounded kind of fun, so I'm gonna have a try. And that is these Spider-Man novels. So this is 3 different books all in one big bind-up omnibus. And it's called The Darkest Hours. Well, that's the name of the first one. The second one is Down These Mean Streets, and the third one is Drowned in Thunder. And it's basically just 3 novels about Spider-Man, which I think will be interesting. I'm not really a comics person, but I did read my first comic in ages this month, which was an Alien one, but the franchise Aliens, and it was kind of fun. But I was definitely comics isn't really my thing, but I do love the Spider-Man movies and stuff, which is why he got me this. So I think it'll be something different to read. I don't know what it'll be like, but it'll be fun. And then he also got me Requiem for a Dream by Hubert Selby Jr. I feel this title is ringing a bell in my head. I do recognise the title, but anyway, it's about basically 4 friends who all have different kind of addictions, and it's set in New York, as these things always are. And on the book it mentions, love, hash, poppers, dope, heroin, food, diet pills, and it says that the 4 of them will pay a terrible price for the pleasures that they believe they are entitled to. So I think that sounds really interesting. It's quite short as well, which I love. And never read anything by this author, and like I said, the name kind of rings a bell, so I think this will be really good, and I hopefully will get to it soon. And then when we were in London, we went into a charity shop, which you'll see in my vlog, and I found this one, which is A Choice of Shelley's Verse, and it's in these old 80s favourite editions, which I've decided I kind of want to start collecting. So if you've been around for a while, you'll know last year I had a whole thing I was trying to buy. So I found this Sylvia Plath one, as you can see it's the same design, in a charity shop, and I really like the design of it. So then I wanted to get these 3, and I kept buying them online, and people kept sending me just different editions. They were using these ones as a stock image, and then the edition that actually wasn't these ones. So I finally got them, although this one is a different size, which makes me kind of sad. But then this one is also a different size. And then since then I have got this Ted Hughes one, which again is a different size. They're all different sizes, which is really lovely. And then recently I got this Emily Dickinson one, which is so thick. It's 770 pages when including the notes. There's no way I'm ever going to complete all this. I definitely want to read some of them, and then I'll mark a different collection down as read, because there's no way I'm sitting and reading all these poems. But I just think it's funny how every single one of these, this is the same height as these ones, and then these 2 are a different height, and then this one's a different height. But I'm actually going to keep them all, apart from I will probably unhaul this at some point just because it's so thick. Or definitely it won't stay in my bookshelf, it'll stay maybe tucked in back. Anyway, all this to say that I definitely want to keep an eye out for these little editions in charity shops, and hopefully, not ones that are thick like this, but little thin ones. I'm definitely going to start collecting these, because I actually am really into poetry recently, and I think these are just like nice little fun additions. And normally I'm so into like modern books, but there's something about these that they just really appeal to me. So yeah, that was the 3 books from Andrew. So funnily enough, a parcel just came from my sister and I've stopped filming, but that's who we're talking about next. So my sister gave me Heroine by Mindy McGuinness. This has been on my wish list forever and I cannot remember who it was that spoke about it, but I remember like back at the time, probably 2 years ago, someone was like raving about this book, like they absolutely loved it. And it's been on my wish list ever since, and she finally got me it. And basically it's about this girl who starts feeling very overwhelmed with her life, and she ends up being in a car crash, and I think she starts taking pain pills to deal with, you know, the physical pain, but then probably also the mental pain of her life kind of spiraling out of control. And it deals with, you know, drug addiction, pretty much. And I think it sounds really good. I actually forgot what it was about. Like when it came, I was like, I think it's been on my wish list for so long that I was like, what's that actually about again? But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. The chapters are quite small and the writing's quite big as well, which we love that. So yeah, happy to finally get this one. And then along the same vein, Vicious by V. Schwab has been on my wish list also for like forever. And Lucy from Library of Lucy bought me this off my wish list, so thank you so much, Lucy. I've already like sent her a message obviously and said thank you. But again, this has been on my wish list forever because everyone like raves about how good it is, and I finally have it. So that's really exciting. And it's about 2 friends who do like scientific experiments to try and get like superpowers basically. So fun enough, another superhero story. But yeah, and then I think it goes wrong and one of them goes to jail, and then there's like a time jump to 10 years later, and it's about them, you know, kind of like battling it out and fighting and God knows what. I just know that a lot of people love this. I really loved Adiloru by V. Schwab, but I've not read anything else by her, so I'm excited to give this a try, and hopefully it's really good because, you know, this is one that's on like such a high pedestal because a lot of people like love it. So yeah, I really hope it's the same for me. And then finally we have some gifts to myself. So when we were at the airport coming home from London, I saw that the W.H. Smith bookshop in the airport had a buy one get one half price on Penguin Modern Classics. And y'all know what I'm like with these Penguin Modern Classics, so I ended up getting 4 because I was going to get 2, and then I was like, I might as well make the most of the deals, and I picked up 3, and I was like, well, if I'm getting 3, obviously I need to get 4. So I ended up getting 4, and I know people hate when you do this in hauls, but I honestly don't really know what a lot of these are about, so I will be reading off the back a little bit. But pretty much, I picked up In Cold Blood by Truman Capote, and oh, that's how you say his name. I'm probably embarrassed myself. I read Other Voices, Other Rooms by him, and I enjoyed his writing, but I didn't really love the plot. So this will be an interesting one to see again, you know, his writing. I think this one's more famous anyway. Like to see, do I really like his books, or, you know, was it just saying that? It'll be a nice little test. But my dad says this is really, really good. And, you know, it's very, like, I'd heard of this one before, you know, like, this is, like, a famous book. And it's basically about, well, it's reconstructing the 1959 murder of a Kansas farmer, his wife and children. And I'm not sure, I probably should have done research before I start this video, but I'm not sure if this is more of like a non-fiction or if it's like based on this murder or what, but it does talk about you know, his comprehensive study of the killings and subsequent investigations. So I don't know, I feel like this is pretty non-fiction, but like in a fictionalized way. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. That would be cool anyway. Funnily enough, I literally, as I'm filming this video, I just realised I also picked up this book. So Last Exit to Brooklyn by Hubert Selby Jr. And I just realised that is like the same author as the book Andrew gave me. I didn't even realise that until right this second. And this one is apparently controversial. It says it was banned by the British courts in 1967, which love that. I love a banned book. And it is about the story of New Yorkers who at every turn confront the worst excesses in human nature. It talks about a transvestite, it talks about a prostitute and sexual degradation, and it talks about a strike leader who hides his true desires behind a boorish masculinity. And I think this will be pretty crazy, and I just can't believe that I didn't realise this was the same author until right now. But anyway, that one sounds pretty cool. And then the other 2 books I got from that deal was Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which I just dropped and bent up the back, which actually you can't even see. Anyway, it's just the back, it doesn't matter, but anyway, annoying. And The Artificial Silk Girl by Irmgard Ken. It's a German author, this is a translated book, and obviously F. Scott Fitzgerald is most famous for The Great Gatsby. And I actually had heard of this one. It's about these rich people who discover the French Riviera, and it's about a starlet who falls in love, and it's about corruption and dark secrets that haunt their marriage. It sounds dramatic. It's basically about rich people doing rich people things and then getting caught in some drama. So basically, kind of like The Great Gatsby. And then this one is about a woman who goes to Berlin to be an actress, and there she discovers gnawing hunger, seedy bars, and exploitative men. And as Doris sinks even lower, she resorts to desperate means to survive, which sounds really bleak. However, it also says this funny frank novel is a dazzling portrait of roaring Weimar Berlin. So it should be kind of funny. Maybe it's like dark humor, which kind of like also very thin. That was another reason I picked this one up. A lot of the books, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just like a modern classics thing that I kind of avoid. But I was looking through like all the blurbs of them all and the W.H. Smith of the ones in the deal. And like every single one was about war. And I was like, I don't want to read about the war. Like I'm not into war stuff. So like basically, although all four of these do sound really interesting, they were also like the only four that weren't like about war, which kind of definitely played a part. But yeah, also I don't have any space for these. Like I really need to reorganize my whole shelving system now, which I know you just can't ever see. Like it's in, like these mirrors are actually like shelves and stuff, like storage behind them. I think I'm gonna have to start stacking these like this way because there's no room for these. Like there isn't room for these. Anyway though, I love all these books. Well, obviously some of them I don't really know what they're about that much, but I know all of them, hopefully. And then obviously like my gifts, I'm so thankful. Again, thank you Lucy, thank you Andrew, thank you my sister if she doesn't watch my videos. But yeah, very, very happy with all of my gifts. I also got this little avocado from Andrew, which is really cute. His name's Nick, after obviously Nick Avocado. He's my little friend. And I just got some other stuff as well, but that's not what this is about. It's a book haul. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you've read any of these books and you have thoughts on them, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll be back with a new video soon. I think after this one I'll have my March wrap up. I know I've not been very consistent with videos recently. I'm more in just a headspace now of like, if I want to film, I'm going to film. I'm not trying to even stick to like one a week to be honest anymore, but like just if I'm in the mood, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So anyway, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and your comments, and I will see you in my next video.